Gotta say, I love these pair of world quests that are in the broken aisles. It's like, well, you know, the winner writes history. Well, each side of the winners can say, well, we did more and they didn't do so much. Morning, morning. For those of you out of the loop, I'm talking about, like, they won the war of the ancients way back when in Ashara, but there's always a world quest that's like, take control of this thing and say, guess what, the Tauren didn't do everything. Guess what, the Night Elves didn't do everything. we actually had a superior force. And it's like, what? Are you guys literally fighting about who won better? Yes.
Yes, they are.
Yeah. So I think the construction guys are really behind on schedule because remember we got that thing that they're supposed to be painting our building?
Yeah.
We have had over a month of dry weather and they haven't moved on to, I don't even think, building 3. You're building 5.
Yeah, there's something wrong.
Yeah, and I'm not sure what's going on up here because they've been under construction up here for a long time on this pathway. Like, I understand that there's a lot of living stuff around here in this small little area, but come on. They haven't spent that much time in front of our place, so. Around, not down on the street, but I walk through everything else on the way back. Kind of makes me think, like, they haven't even done the roofs back here.
Yeah.
Such a weird word. Roofs. Roofs. No, we brought that up on the vlogs before. Anything going on for you in the last 2 days?
Reports suck. I've just been very busy and stuff feels like I'm falling behind, but I'm only falling behind on 2 things that I knew I was going to fall behind on. So it's stressful.
So I've got a little thing to go out with Nick today at like 3 o'clock. I think Willie's coaching at that time, but I'm not sure. They might still have the passing league thing. But I thought they had a tournament last week. It was very strange.
What's the passing league?
That's the one, it's basically 7-on-7. It kind of gets the idea of wide receiver, you know, it just gets that sort of like fundamentals, keeps them active, keeps them, you know, guarding stuff, because to be fair, running backs and linebackers and line don't need to really run that far. They don't need to necessarily keep up their cardio. Typical high school football conditioning will just do that for them. But like getting that little bit extra faster can mean the difference between a wide receiver and a cornerback, yada yada, throughout the entire thing. Plus, it's just general fun.
Yeah.
It keeps them active with their teammates and whatnot. Sometimes the ads on the side of the Max, I'm just like, what are you advertising? Sometimes I can't tell. And then it looks like there's a bunch of, and then there's every once in a while the Max train that looks like a bunch of people are very, very threatening you with kitchen duels.
Oregon Culinary Institute.
Yeah, we didn't worry about getting there on that train because it's like 7:42, so he would have been hella early to work.
Instead of my standard about 5 minutes.
Which is fine, that's certainly better than a lot of people, maybe not necessarily at your work, but throughout the entire world. Some people show up fashionably late because they're much more obsessed about fashion than punctuality. Or something.
So I installed the newest version of Visual Studio on the computer, the community version, and I spent like 10 minutes while I was getting ready trying to get it started and set up and connected to my GitHub, of all things. I can't figure out how to do that. I can't figure out how to connect it to anything other than Team Foundation Server Online. Microsoft's thing.
Oh, okay. No idea.
Yeah, I'm talking gibberish, I know. Every now and then I'll forget why I dislike Visual Studio so much, and I'll try to use it. And I get that IDEs are complex and big and have to do a lot of stuff, but it feels like it's trying too hard, but it's the most effective way to create anything in Visual Basic.
Fair enough. Last I checked about Visual Basic, it was multi-colored letters on a white background in, was that Visual Basic? I don't remember. Now that I think about it, that was back in high school. Mom made me take a computer class because that's where the future was, and that's what I'm interested in because I'm smart and I'm a nerd and I need to go into computer science.
Yeah, you didn't care.
I didn't care in the slightest. That's why she paid for a couple years of, a couple classes in college is to do computer stuff because that's the future and I'm a nerd and I'm into computers. Everyone just kind of wants to think, hey, well, why were you living someone else's life? Because it was my parents. And I had no other reason. People are like, why'd you start football so late? Because I was too busy living other people's lives. Other people's versions of my life. There we are.
Yeah.
Is that you? Oh, okay. It's like, is that the max? Is that the... Yeah, so I have therapy and then I have running out with Nick, so I don't have any time to do that in the afternoon, do this in the afternoon, so...
Bye.